Now, President Trump is setting new conditions for imposing sanctions on Russia despite escalating Russian attacks on Ukraine and deployment of Russian drones on the territory of our NATO allies. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, for weeks, President Trump has been threatening to impose tough sanctions on Russia. Now, this morning, he says he's ready to go ahead, but only if NATO allies agree to his unlikely conditions. This morning, as Russia steps up its aggression, President Trump is raising new conditions for tough sanctions on Moscow.
But Europe is buying oil from Russia. I don't want them to buy oil. And the sanctions that they're putting on are not tough enough. And I'm willing to do sanctions, but they're going to have to toughen up their sanctions commensurate with what I'm doing.
Trump saying he'll sanction Russia, but only if NATO countries do the same, and agree to impose sanctions on China, an unlikely scenario. He's also demanding NATO members stop buying Russian oil and gas.
This is, in a way, a bit of an empty threat.
For weeks, the president has threatened Russia with economic consequences, but never followed through, blowing past his own deadlines. On Capitol Hill, the pressure growing from some Republicans who say it's time to act now.
I think appropriate sanctions on Russia are far overdue.
It comes as tension is running high in Eastern Europe. Russia and Belarus holding joint military exercises as Romania Saturday scrambled fighter jets after Russian drones violated their airspace, the second incursion over a NATO country in less than a week. Just days earlier, Poland forced to shoot down more than a dozen Russian drones that crossed into the country's airspace. Trump has downplayed Russia's drone incursion.
Could have been a mistake. Could have been a mistake.
But Poland insists it was deliberate. Texas Congressman Michael McCall telling ABC he believes it was too.
With all deference to the president, I don't think that was a mistake. I think Putin is testing the resolve of NATO.
It's been 1 month since Trump rolled out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin in Alaska, promising he would face severe sanctions if he didn't agree to a ceasefire. Since then, though, Putin has only escalated the war. And Russia is also, of course, still slow-walking any hopes for peace talks, despite President Trump announcing weeks ago that arrangements were beginning to be made for Putin to finally sit down and talk with Ukrainian President Zelensky. President Trump now conceding this is proving to be more difficult than he initially thought it would be, George.
And, Mary, the president making new threats to send troops into American cities.
Yeah, the president is once again escalating his use of the military on U.S. soil. This time, though, he's targeting a Republican state, announcing he's going to be sending in the National Guard to Memphis, saying only he can save the city from crime. The Republican governor is welcoming this deployment, but the Democratic mayor of the city says he doesn't need this, doesn't want it, doesn't think it will bring down crime there. Meanwhile, here in D.C., the president is again threatening to declare a national emergency if local police refuse to cooperate with immigration enforcement, George.
Mary Bruce, thanks, Robin.